we're at about 3 minutes in, so I'll go ahead and get started. This is AIM, former Demon Duke, switching over to the gaming tab. If this is your first time here, know that this is the third part into Fatal Frame. I think we're about 26% done with the episodes from what it tells me. I'm very excited to play more. I'm going to try to keep doing this once a week until we're finished with the every episode. Having a pretty good weekend so far. Very excited for this Sunday. Not only do I have this Fatal Frame stream today, but also a little later today I'm going to start contacting people for voice acting for my visual novel. So I'm very excited about that as well. I hope to do some other visual novel work today as well. Fairly productive weekend, but yeah, just an all-around good one for me. Before I get rolling here, I did have one other thing I wanted to shout out as well. I didn't have a chance to add it to my fan art tag yet, but did you know that I am also a marketable plushie now? Yeah, my friend Sadbot made this one. Just a cute AIM plushie. Anyways, why don't we go ahead and get to work? I'll add that to my fan art tag later. So let's see. The way the game works, and shoot, I forgot about this completely. There's certain problems you'll experience if you're not using a gamepad playing this game. And I guess you forgot to hook up his gamepad. So give me 1 second and I'll be right back with that hooked up properly. Yeah, Sadbot made a nice plushie for me. I'm very appreciative. I'll do a little shout out for Sadbot too on that. Let's see. I'll link their Twitch their Twitter since I don't have their Twitch link handy right away. But yeah, check them out. Okay, I'll be right back. I need to grab that controller. It won't be but just a second. Okay, we're back, and we are ready to get rolling. Let's get started. So, Fatal Frame so far, if this is your first time tuning in, my history of with the series is that I've watched most of the games be played, but I haven't actually played any of the games myself until this one, and that's because it just came out on the PC, so I figured it would be a good time. I'm going to turn down the volume just a little bit. I had it up a little higher for playing Helltaker's Second Circle, which I do hope to get back to pretty soon. Let's see, a little bit of the first, but never beat it. I got you. The games are a little bit winding, and sometimes it can be a little bit confusing to figure out what you're supposed to do next. So that does pose a roadblock for a lot of people. I do have a soft spot for Fatal Frame 1, just because I really like the voice acting in the game. And the story's kind of neat. That's the one that kicked off it all. It's also got a very funny North American box art too. That's haunting for a lot of people. Okay, let's go ahead and read this. Yuri found Haruka trapped underground in a reliquary and brought her back, only to see her taken away by a ghost. Yuri heads to Mount Akami to look for new clues and to find another missing person, Miyu Hinasaki. I think I bought a gothic outfit to use this time, so we'll get a chance to experience that. Lately, I feel like I've been seeing a lot of gothic fashion just because I did Umi-tober, and everyone there is dressed kind of in like a gothic Lolita way. So I feel like I've been drawing a lot of gothic Lolita lately. After being brought back from the mountain, Haruka disappeared again. This time, she seemed to be led away by the ghost of her friend, Fuyuhi. Yuri recalls one more open case from Hisoka's file, a missing girl named Miyu Hinasaki, who went to Mount Akami in search of her mother. Yuri takes Miyu's token with her and sets out for the mountain, hoping that the key to all disappearances will be waiting there. Yeah, since they put out this game, they've actually put out a couple of patches too. One of the patches makes it playable with a mouse and keyboard, I believe, but I still haven't really tried it. Okay, so Miyu Hinasaki. It says here she went to Mount Akami looking for her mother. I can use this photo to find her trace, which should show me exactly where she went. The punk outfit I was using last time was pretty good, but this one's nice too. I like it. There's a wood post fence along the road by the pond. I gotta remember the controls, it's not always easy. It says Miyu Hinasaki headed inside. As far as film goes, I'm usually a kind of a use or lose it kind of person, so I try to use the stronger film most of the time. You do get points at the end for whatever items that are expendable that you manage to not use. But that said, you also get points at the end for score, so I think it kind of balances out whether you decide to use the expensive ammo or the cheaper stuff. I probably have some points to spend, so I'm going to take a look at my upgrades. Let's see. I don't have quite as much as I thought, to be honest, but I could upgrade one of my lenses at least. You spend points to do these upgrades. A lot of them are pretty essential stuff. I could increase my loader, which actually sounds pretty good. I think that's what I might do for now. That will shorten the time between taking pictures, which is always a good thing, because sometimes you take a photo of a ghost and you end up surprisingly in a disadvantaged state, unless you happen to hit the fatal frame, that is. But if you miss the fatal frame, it can be rough, because then you face immediate retaliation from the ghost. Alright, looks like the ghost headed in here, so we'll follow him right on through. Alright, I did put up a content warning because this game especially, one of the large themes of it is self-harm. So if that's any kind of like sensitive issue for you, just know that before you get invested here. Because this the setting of this story is a mountain that's known as a popular suicide spot. Although we're learning that part of the reason for that is spiritual influence. That is, the supernatural. We've got sacred water here. Let's see. So last time we encountered several new ghosts. These are some of the oldest ghosts, though. We want to try to capture them all in one frame if we can, so we can get that fatal frame bonus. Which is good from a points perspective. There we go. I think one of them's down and the other one still needs to be taken care of. Whoa, shoot. Whoa, gosh. I flubbed the controls there a little bit. Alright, we'll get him. I was trying to do the dodge, but that's mapped to the A button. If you're using a PlayStation controller, you may know that that doesn't really have an A button. So I just gotta remember which button is the A button. I think it's the X equivalent here. If you touch a ghost after you finish taking your photographs of him, you'll get extra points. So I try to remember to do that, but I don't always make it. Last time we made it to this bus station, but we didn't really get a chance to start exploring it. I figure that's what we're doing now. But before you go the right way in any video game, you have to go the wrong way. So I'm going to check what's over here real quick. I think it's blocked off though. There are streetlights down the road past the fallen tree. This probably used to be a parking lot. It's always interesting to me that the power here is maintained, despite this being such an abandoned area. The shutter is down. This must have been one of the shops at the station. It's a route map for Mount Hikami and the surrounding area. I can't make out the details due to all the rust and peeling paint. The sign of the ticket machine reads closed, and the power has been turned off. A poster has been put up explaining that service has been stopped. Well, I'd gathered that much already. But let's take a look inside. Various notices and schedules have been pasted up here. I'm detecting an item somewhere. There we go. Looks like some film. If you don't know, the purpose behind those really slow scenes where you just like reach out towards something is that sometimes a ghost hand will appear and grab yours if you're not quick enough to stop reaching. And you'll take some damage. There's a narrow stairway about 1 meter wide leading to the platform. This is probably the platform for crew and maintenance workers. This is my second stream using this Live 2D rig. It's just a shoulders up for now. But I'm proud of the progress I've made on it, and there's still a lot more to come. I want to do expressions and things of that nature. At some point, I'll try to expand it to like a fuller body, but that's a project for the future. The last game I played with it was Helltaker Second Circle, and that was pretty much just a VN, so it wasn't quite as like actiony as this one. Let's see, the track vanishes upward into the mist. I can't see a thing. At times, this game feels a little VN-y just because it's a lot of reading, but that's okay. I like games with reading. Oh. Come on. Great. Note from you. It isn't very dirty. In fact, it seems newly written. Maybe Miyu left this here. My mother left when I was 3 years old. I barely remember her. She hugged me, and then she disappeared into the sunset. There was nothing I could do. I cried, staring at the sunset. Why did I just watch her go? Why did I let her go? I can't just wait for her. I have to go. There are things I want to tell her when I see her. It seems to me that sometimes these messages imply that the person feels they have to meet someone who's passed on, but that meeting someone who's passed on often turns to joining them, and I think that that is how all this self-harm happens. A light is glowing dimly on the driver's console. It looks like the power is on. I can use the control panel to get the cable car running. Then let's do so. You pushed the cable car switch. The cable car started moving. I've never been on a cable car, but sometimes there's something about it that just looks like it might be kind of fun. I don't know. Maybe I just want to go to a ski resort or something. I've never been. Of course, I don't know how to ski, but I would just like to be around the snow, you know? Where I live, we don't get a lot of snow. In fact, snow is so rare that on the off chance they have any snow here, they pretty much close all the schools, they close a lot of work. We're just not equipped to deal with it. It's one of those things that varies a lot depending on where you live. The track disappears into the mist, and I can't make anything out. Alright, back up here. Let's see what we got. It's weird to see a button in the environment that you can't interact with. Video games just tell us we need to press buttons. Posters and rusted metal advertisements line the concrete walls. Souvenirs, food, and drink guide services, everything aimed at the tourists. The rusted metal door is shut tight. It appears to be the station office, but I can't get in. There's an old fire extinguisher here. The whole thing is rusted and brittle. I probably shouldn't touch it. Surprisingly, I can go inside this door. I didn't think I'd be able to. There might be some items and things in here. Let's see. We got some film. Type 24. Or rather, type 12. 24 pieces. Herbal medicine. And purifying embers. The funny thing about finding herbal medicine is that they give you like 20 just for starting. I think it's possible to run through them, but if you ran through 20, you would be... I don't know, it would be hard to run through 20. So finding any extras is just like free score rather than an item you need. Okay, let's pick up some more here after I just finished badmouthing. Aha! Got it. I ain't afraid of no ghost. So far I'm doing pretty well at avoiding those ghostly hands, but we'll see how long my luck keeps up. The wire fence says, "Do not enter." There are stairs behind it, with a door at the bottom. The fence has been securely locked. I can't open it. The sign at the ticket machine reads "Closed," and the power has been turned off. A poster has been put up explaining that service has been stopped. Let's go down here. What we got? Nothing much. We're going into the forest. That's where all the dangerous stuff happens. To the shrine of the ephemeral. Alright. Path of the ephemeral. Let's see. The music got a little spooky. Maybe that means we're in for some ghosts sooner rather than later. Honestly, the other Fatal Frame games felt like their encounters were a lot more rapid than in this game. Sometimes you end up exploring for quite a while between ghosts. Whereas in Fatal Frame 1, the ghost appearance rate is so rapid from just room to room that it can feel a little bit oppressive. This game overall ends up feeling, so far, a little bit lower difficulty. Just because you do have that ghost that'll guide you like where to go. And you have plenty of items. Pretty low ghost encounter rate so far. I'm not sure if it'll stay that way, but so far it just feels a little bit more hospitable than the others. Whether that's a good or a bad thing depends on what you want from the game, I suppose. Alright, let's see. When this version of the game came out, a lot of people were bemoaning the fact that you couldn't use the mouse to look around. I think they've fixed that now, but I still haven't tried it. But a lot of people were just picturing the mouse as being the perfect way to control the camera, as opposed to the typical joysticks. Type 00 film is the very strongest type. Best used against bosses, I would say. Of course, you can't have very much at once, so you'll have to weigh whether it's worth getting that burst of damage for the fact that you're going to have to switch your film at some point. You really shouldn't use this powerful version of the film on a picture like that, but there's not really time to switch film during a scene like that, or you'll miss the chance to photograph the ghost. There's a sign here, but I can't read it. This can't stop me because I can't read. Let's see. Is this just the way back, or is this something else? It seems like I'll be spending a lot more time in this forest in the future sometime. At which point I'll be a lot more free to explore, I suppose. But for now, let's enter the shrine. The Shrine of the Ephemeral. Miyu is inside. And now, so are we. Sheesh, this ghost wasted no time. Oop, I messed up. I was trying to do the lock one and I accidentally took a photo. Oop. I'm a little trigger happy today. Okay, there you go. If you lock onto the ghosts, you can also hear their voice, which is pretty cool. Whoa. Did I get shot with something? Shoot. I keep messing up the controls, and that's causing me to take photos I don't need to take. Ah, damn it. Okay, I just took an absolute buttload of damage. So what we're going to do is use some Purifying Embers to get that effect off of us. And then use some, we'll use some of our Sacred Water since we're so close to dead. Okay. Also, sometimes when you touch the ghost, you get to see a scene like this. That guy we just saw in that flashback was a criminal who was in love with one of the shrine maidens on the mountain, and when she couldn't return his affections, he killed her, and then he killed every other shrine maiden on the mountain. So if you're feeling sorry for that guy, don't. The door is shut tight and won't open. Plenty such doors around here, it seems. A huge bell hangs in the bell tower. I think FromSoft games have made me wary of bells. Like, I see a bell and I'm like, if I ring this, a boss enemy is going to come, or if I ring this, I'm going to change the overall difficulty of my game. A heavy-looking wooden shutter blocks the way forward. I can't get through here. The camera's just a little bit goofy in this game. Alright, let's try going on through the actual door, huh? It's right here in the center. And inside, it's actually kind of pretty in here. All this red and gold. Good color scheme. Alright, let's see what we got. That looks like a piece of a mirror, which is always useful. Mirror stone. The mirror stone will revive you once upon death. Always a good thing to have. I think it starts you out with one, but who knows? Maybe we'll need multiple. And even if you don't, it's a lot of score just to have. Right, so we're still on Mew's trail. But as previously mentioned, we have to go the wrong way before we go the right way. So, down we go. A large Buddha statue stands behind the fence. Well, let's go behind the fence ourselves. There's something on the floor here. I think it's just some herbal medicine. But it's not nothing. I was doing a little bit of art for the VN yesterday. It's funny because what I was doing was actually editing one of the previous sprites to make some new portraits. It's funny how much harder it is to work off of a previous sprite without trying to change the details. Let's see, this is an altar, but it looks like a huge box. The lid has been made into a door. There's a large keyhole in it. What could be inside? I guess the only way to find out is to get the key and go in. Well, you know, every box we found up to this point has had a victim or a dead person inside, so I guess we'll see if that trend holds true. Alright. In past Fatal Frame games, it was sometimes a lot harder to find what in the environment they wanted you to photograph. So far, this game gives you quite a few cues so that you don't miss that kind of thing. But then I've also found some things to photograph that were not so telegraphed, so we'll see how that continues. Alright, what we got? This is an openable door. That's good. But it looks like that's the right way to go, so we'll go over this way first. I can see leaves at the end of the hallway. It seems to be the courtyard. The hallway looks like it runs around the whole perimeter. Fatal Frame 3 had a kind of an interesting premise, in which your characters enter dreams, and many of them experience slight variations of locales that were in the first two Fatal Frame games. It's quite a treat for fans of the series. This one might be an all-new location. I'm not quite sure yet. Let's see, went through that door. Let's check down here first. It's a little bit moist down here. It's an item of some kind. What we got? It is the Shadow Touched, an old text left beneath the lattice window. I can make out the word Shadow Touched. Touch not the black water. To immerse in such darkness is to melt and rot away. Only those who wish for death can endure such agony. We shadow-touched are all bound for death. We shall carry the reliquaries and submerge in the black water until we too have rotted away. The black water must not be allowed to overflow. The idea of rituals that are used to prevent some great catastrophe is pretty prevalent in these Fatal Frame games. Let's see, the door is locked. A camellia flower is engraved on the lock. Then we will need a key to get through. But there's all kinds of different rituals that are used to prevent these calamities. Things like the rope ritual, there's like binding, there's the ritual of the stakes, there's all kinds of things. And all of them inflicted upon poor shrine maidens. But not just shrine maidens, also things like, for instance, sacrificing a whole bunch of carpenters and sealing them into the walls. Things of that nature. That spooked me just a little bit. I wonder if this ghost is different than the one we saw earlier. See, that's one of those times I'm happy to have that fast reloading skill. That came in handy. What a terrible way to go, huh? And now we know a little bit about her history. She was sealed up inside one of those reliquaries. I found some old papers with writing on them. They seem to be about Mount Hikami's strictures. The Shadow Spring, source of the black water. To contain the Shadow Spring, to prevent that black water from bursting forth, Mount Hikami must be bolstered with the reliquaries. Maidens cross the shrine of the ephemeral to the shrine on the water on the boat of passage to become the great pillars. Caskets are used so as to not taint the mountain's soil. Reliquaries are used to protect the purity of the water. The waters of Mount Hikami are the source of the soul. The pure water must be protected. The black water must not be allowed to overflow. Let's see. It still wants me to go back upstairs, but I'm going to keep exploring around here for a bit. A small boat floats in the courtyard. The water extends all the way into the courtyard. I can probably get onto the boat from there. I'm not sure I understand. It doesn't seem to me that there's a better way to get onto the boat than from right there. But maybe I'm mistaken. Then again, why would I want to get onto such a boat? It won't open. It's being held shut by a powerful force. Okay, so I may have explored all of down here that's available to me right now. In which case, I should probably go back upstairs. But first I'm going to check over here. I bet I can't get into this door. It seems like it has a lock. There are two locks on it, one with an engraving of a cherry blossom, and on the other, one of the moon. We'll actually need 2 keys to get through this door. So my streams for this game typically go about 3 to 4 hours. It's funny because I thought I was going to clear about 20% of the game each stream, because I did the first time. But the second stream, I only cleared 6% of the episode list. So it seems to vary quite a bit. Alright, so let's see what's in here. Nothing. Fat nothing. Ah, shoot. That's too slow. As you can see, there's no ghost captured on film here. Unfortunately. I don't think capturing that thing's face would have even meant very much, considering its face was covered by a hood. The door is locked. A lily flower is engraved on the lock. This door, however, is not locked. What have we got inside? Looks like we're in the area we saw when we first came in. But at that point we were across on that balcony over there. Not missing it this time. It's a shrine maiden in a room. I think I better use my Type 14 film for a bit, just because I've still got plenty of that, and I'm starting to run just a little bit low on my stronger film. Alright, let's see what we got. I learned just yesterday that there's a new series of, a new season of Curb Your Enthusiasm coming out on HBO. I really want to watch that. Completely unrelated to what we're doing now, but I do really enjoy that series. Very funny. Let's see. Writings on glancing. There's an old text atop the writing desk. I can make out the word glance. A shrine maiden's glance allows her to see the hearts of those returning to the water. The maidens take their pain, their sins, and all their secrets to ease the passing. Maidens whose hearts are full are made into pillars. Those secrets taken on by the shrine maiden are sealed in the reliquaries with them, that they might never find their way back outside. This whole idea of taking all the sins and putting them on a shrine maiden, and then somehow sealing that shrine maiden, is a very consistent theme in Fatal Frame games. In Fatal Frame 3, there was the idea of tattooing the maiden. Oh shoot, that's an actual enemy. I thought that was just a ghost for me to photograph. Jeez Louise, I think that was a 6 combo. Nice. This ghost is a little bit slow compared to the other ones. I don't really understand its strategy very well yet. But I'm waiting for it to open up for a Fatal Frame. It's taking its sweet time. Oh, come on. Whoop. Jeez Louise. Jeez. I'm getting combo attacked. And I can't figure out which button the dodge is. Jeez Louise. That was too fast. Jeez Louise. I'm getting clobbered. How'd that not work? Come on. Sheesh. This one's a little hard to fight at this close range. Because they kind of bob and weave a little bit. They're Dempsey rolling on me. Sheesh, I'm just too fast for that frame. This ghost is going to be a little bit of trouble, I feel. Okay. But for now we're good. I am going to have to use a few more items because I took quite a bit of damage. Alright, let's see. We'll use some of our herbal medicine this time. We've got some film here. It's type 61. I'll load it into the camera, so we'll be a little bit better equipped next time. Alright, so let's see. I think I'm still not actually going the right way, or the way the game wants me to. I'm just kind of doing whatever. But that's the way to find all the lore items, I suppose. Right, now this door is unlocked. I think we can kind of use it to loop back to the front if we so choose. But I don't have much of a reason to go back there right now. We'll head back where we need to be. Oh man, I got some new Mountain Dew flavors I hadn't tried before. One of them is like a gingerbread flavor. Well, it's supposed to be. In practice, I feel like it smells like gingerbread. Like you smell gingerbread while you're drinking it. But it's just like a really sweet Pepsi. It's hard to identify it as Mountain Dew at all. Let's see, was something through here? Did I already check? Can't remember. I feel like this might just be headed backwards, but we'll see. This area looks a lot like the one at the very front of the shrine, but it's not the same. There's new items to collect, including some very strong film. And what else? God damn it. Jeez Louise. Man, that hand just gunned out of there. That was way faster than the previous one. Right, there's an old text on the floor by the altar. It appears to be about the immortal flower. Those who are to be pillars are placed into reliquaries filled with black water. The maiden lays within the black water. This is not death, but an eternal sleep. She shall not age, but stay as she was, an immortal flower. Sleeping in the black water brings dreams of death, endlessly repeating. When the maiden can stand no more, her body dissolves, and her role as a pillar is ended. Only the strongest maidens become an immortal flower. Via this eternal suffering, we become eternal. Such is our role in appeasing the Shadow Spring. There is a space in the middle of the altar, as if something should be placed here. I guess this is probably a puzzle for the future. But we'll have to solve it another time. For right now, we don't have the key that's needed. Alright, let's get back on track. Let's see. Maybe through here. I'll activate the ghost so we can figure out which way. There we go. Right down here. I hate fighting ghosts in these narrow hallways. It makes several of them quite a bit more difficult, as they can kind of disappear into the walls. Alright, let's see. There's another item to pick up over there. Ah, shit. Does a little bit of damage. Bad way to start out. Oh, come on. Oh, I actually managed to dodge that time. Nice. Ooh. If you can get 5 lined up in one shot, you have a chance to basically get a fatal frame for just... You don't have to wait for them to do an attack. You can just... Huh. Man, this one doesn't, that attack is strangely not a fatal frame state. A little surprised at that. I was expecting the shutter to turn red at some point. Her fatal frame must be doing a different action altogether. If you've ever seen this series, sorry, the film, I should say, Ringu, or even the American version of The Ring, it presents often very much like this sort of grainy, black and white video. Just a staple of J-horror, I suppose. Jeez, another ghost right now? Yeah, we'll mess around and find out. Oop, I took that one too early. There we go. Nice. I think that got it. Yeah, nice. Well, you're just extra points to me. Alright, let's go back. It's kind of interesting how much they have just hidden off the beaten path there. Lots of extra ghosts to encounter and things. Let's head through here. What is inside? See some items. Or an item. Something shaped like a person is inside the casket. Don't like that. I found some old papers with writings on them. They seem to be about something being tainted. The black water must not be allowed to overflow. The black water is the netherworld itself. Should the pure water ever be tainted by the black water, a calamity shall surely occur. The world of the living shall become the netherworld. The soul of man shall rot, and those who would return to water shall become the dead. The black water must not be allowed to overflow. Yeah, I get it. You know, I personally don't remember the netherworld being quite so wet myself. Yeah, it doesn't sound like a good time for anybody involved. That's part of why I left the netherworld. It's just not a great place to live. A casket has been laid out on the floor. The casket is full of water, and I can see something shaped like a person submerged within. Did you all see that casket's lid come off? Kinda spooky. A casket has been laid out on the floor. And this one even still has a lid on it. Alright, let's head through this door over here. But it won't open. It's being shut by a powerful force. Whoever they are, they don't want me to explore the mansion that thoroughly. The powerful force that seals doors is the true antagonist of the Fatal Frame series. Alright, let's see what we got. It wants me to go which way? That way. You know, this area looks a little bit like the one from the start of the game, where your character is just like running from all those Shrine Maiden ghosts. It may very well be the same area, just with a different color tone, because back then it was even more blue than it looks like right now. I feel like I'm missing something to examine. A wide open area extends beyond the lattice. I can see several Buddha statues. It won't open, it's being sealed by yet another powerful force. Alright, let's go back through here. Slowly, I open the door. I think that's a reference to something in Doki Doki Literature Club, but I've never played Doki Doki Literature Club. Although I think I've sort of had that part spoiled for me. Large ceremonial flowers line the rear garden. Jeez Louise. It almost looked like it was doing like a kickflip at me. This angle is a little bit yabai, isn't it? Just slightly yabai. Jeez Louise. It's right on top of him. Sheesh. Okay. Well, that's that. I did take quite a bit of damage, so I'm going to stop and use another herbal medicine. I got just a little bit wet, but not that wet. So we won't use any ashes for now. There are several large ceremonial flowers lying on the surface. Beyond them I can see a gate, seemingly floating on the water. There is nothing but mist beyond that gate. And who needs more mist? I've got plenty of that already. It doesn't seem like there's anything here I can really do much with for now. So we'll simply head back. Alright. I'm sure we'll clear at least 2 chapters today. They seem to take maybe about an hour and a half lately. Although I hope we'll get even more than that complete. We'll see. That was an interesting ghost because it seemed as though she was being chased or fleeing from something. Which is not something we've seen from many of these so far. Let's see, down through this path. A headless Jesus statue stands outside the lattice. Man, if you like Buddha statues and Jesus statues, have I got the place for you. Plenty of nice scenery. I say nice. I don't know that there's really anything nice about it. Oh, the water is very deep here, which makes my character move more slowly. Which is not good because now I'm being attacked by 2 ghosts. Right, I managed to dodge that one. But there's two. And that therein lies the trouble. Can't tell which one's going to attack me. But it's best if I can keep both in frame at the same time. There we go. I got a little bit of health back since I used my health lens. Sometimes a good thing to have. Ooh, that was a good one. There we go. I was worried I wasn't going to be able to touch that one because it was kind of far away. Oh, sheesh, I dodged it, but then it hit me anyway. Alright, let's see, where is she? Although I've managed to absorb quite a lot of health by now, so we're actually better off than when we started this fight. Except in terms of spiritual power. They're taking their sweet time. Sometimes I lock onto enemies and it just seems to make them very cautious. But I don't want to attack them without the fatal frame because then I'll actually just be at a disadvantage myself. Alright, come on, Ghost. Okay, I think that was all I needed. There we go. It kind of looked like I was strangling that ghost a little bit. So, is there anything through this door? I'll bet it's probably still locked. Nope, it's not. To my surprise. Oh boy, are we going to get to see even more headless Jesus statues? On the other side of the bamboo lattice, there seems to be a cave. There are several Buddha statues missing their heads or other body parts. I knew it. On the other side of the... Oh, that's the same thing. Alright. Anything else down here? I begin to wonder if this is me being like, oh, I'm going to find extra stuff. I'm going to find all this bonus content. Or if it's more like I'm wasting my time and we'll have to do this stuff later anyways. And I'm just doing it out of order and being a nuisance. Who knows? I guess we will see. It is almost Thanksgiving time. During that time, I get a few extra days off. I actually have a big stream planned for around that time too. But for now, the details are somewhat secret. Not super secret, but a little secret. I'll be mentioning more about it as we get close there. It'll be around the 27th. And I'm very excited for it. I need to make some assets. I need to do a little testing. But it'll be a cool stream for around the 27th. I've actually got another little project I'm working on with another VTuber. Along with quite a cast of others. That'll be more around the Christmas season. But it's another thing to be very excited about, and another thing I'll hold my tongue on until I know my exact role in it. Just let it be known that AIM has plans for the holidays. Now that said, if anyone else wants to do anything around the holidays, feel free to let me know. I'm not booked so full that I can't book some more. Alright, let's see what we got. What are these things? Countless unlit lanterns are lined up on the moisture-blackened shelves. Yeah, this place seems real filled with that black water we were told about. An ornate black box. It looks slightly different from the one Haruka was trapped in. It's shut. Could Miyu be inside? The camera's reacting to something. There we go. What is it? It looks like a photo of the very room that we're inside right now. But there's something in the picture. There's light pouring down from the ceiling. There seems to be another floor above this one. The shaft in the ceiling leads up there. So I've got to get to the floor above this one, is what it sounds like. Alright, let's find a staircase up. Let's see, through here. And then... Wait. Huh. No, apparently it wants me to be inside that room. Or maybe the ghost just doesn't know exactly where to go for this one. Because now it's pointing me back outside again. Okay, I'm just going to have to trust my own instincts for a little bit here. Because the ghost appears to be a little bit confused. We'll find a staircase up and try to find the room above this one. Actually, maybe I should check my map. Yeah, it looks like we're headed the right way. I think if we go through this door and then through this door, maybe we'll be at the right place. Although we seem to be going down rather than up, so maybe not. I could be wrong. I often am. I'd like to set some ground rules for these ghosts. No attacking me while I'm trying to hydrate. Because that would just be rude. Alright, let's see. I'm going to check my map. There's got to be some way to get above. Alright, let's look at the floor above this one. Huh. The floor above this one really doesn't look like much of a shrine floor at all. It's more like the outside of the shrine altogether. Will color me a little bit confused. Are there any blue doors that I haven't been through yet? Well, up over there looks like a spiral staircase that leads upwards, so that might be a good place to check. It's funny, because earlier I was saying this game didn't seem as hard because you have this ghost that tells you where to go. But the ghost seems utterly confused about which way he's supposed to be going right now, so maybe not. Alright, let's see. So we'll go down here, and hopefully the spiral staircase leads upward. Yep. And now let's see. Yeah, that's the shrine I want to get to right there, I believe. Let's take a quick look. Yeah. Alright, into this hallway here. Oh gosh. I have not seen this type of ghost before. He looks a tad threatening. He's got quite an aura. He's also very red and fiery compared to all these watery ghosts we've been seeing. There you go. It seems like if we can keep our distance from him, we'll be able to catch a lot of things in one frame. But I'd imagine he won't make it that easy all the time. Uh-oh. Whoa! I wonder what that candle does. I don't quite know what to make of this. Oh, he was just kind of reeling, but he's back up now. Oh, never mind. I missed my chance. Oh well. We'll see him again some later. Alright. There's some kind of hatch behind the altar. Maybe it's connected to the room below, but I can't get it to open. The camera is reacting to the altar. Let's see, it looks like that casket room we saw earlier. And inside it a ghost, who we will probably have to fight. It's someone standing in a room with caskets. There's another ghost too. This one kind of looks like they're in the boat from earlier, yeah. It's a person standing in a small boat. And this one looks like it's looking through the window at the Jesus statues. I seem to remember my brother had a really annoying time with this one because there's so many different places where you look through a window and see Jesus statues. So this could take a little bit. Alright, well, we'll start with the ones we know pretty easily where to find. I have a feeling that the ghost is probably not going to lead us the right way right now. But I guess we'll find out. For now, let's just make it towards the ones we know where to find. At the bottom of this spinning staircase, we should be able to get down to the courtyard, and that would give us the one with the boat. I'll have to look back up where that coffin room is, but I'm sure it's kind of close to the first floor as well. Alright, let's see. Map. Yeah, the room with the caskets is down there. It's a shame you can't put like a marker on the map or something. That would be pretty handy. Regardless, I think down is basically the main idea right now. Okay, we should be right next to the room with the caskets. I think it's right here. Oop. I was not fast enough to photograph that ghost, unfortunately. Okay. I hear a sound like something shimmering. Probably need to find it and lock onto it with my camera. Why do I just need to go through this door? Nope. Alright, where is it? Where is it? Well, okay. Now if I photograph you first. Oh, come on. Okay, I need to use the purifying embers so I stop taking so much damage. How about you just don't, okay? How about we don't and say we did? Okay. Well, that does it for that one. But it doesn't seem like we actually accomplished anything by doing that. I think that the thing I need to photograph must still be around here somewhere. But where? It looked like it was right where that ghost was standing earlier. And that does seem to be where I start hearing the sound, too. But I can't really find anything to, that makes the camera light up. I can hear it buzzing a little bit. Let's see. It's a little frustrating. I'm not quite sure where to say that it wants me to photograph. I can't find anything to lock onto. I remember this part being annoying when my brother did it, and it appears that I've remembered correct. Shoot, what am I supposed to be looking at? Maybe I need to recheck the items around. Sheesh, or am I just going to keep getting attacked in this room? How about no? Sometimes it feels like the consecutive shots after a fatal frame just don't do very much damage. I know that's probably not the case, but sometimes I feel slightly underwhelmed. Oh, for Pete's sake. I hate it when there's not a fatal frame to take advantage of when the enemy attacks. Yeah, the combo proration. I think that did it. I think she died inside the wall, so I can't actually touch her. Unfortunately. Speaking of unfortunate things, I now need to use another herbal medicine and more purifying embers. Actually, I might hold on to my purifying embers for a situation where I get that red status effect on me, because that seems to be the worst that can happen. Okay, well, I've now defeated 2 ghosts in this room, and I still have not found whatever it is they want me to photograph in here. What am I not understanding? Oh, right. It probably wants me to stand exactly where... Yeah, there we go. Okay. So what I need to do is stand exactly where it looks like it was in that photograph and try to get the composition the same. I should definitely remember that for the future. Oh, come on. I already fought 3 ghosts in this one. Oh, for Pete's sake. Ah, come on. And now there's 2 of them in the room, I think. Alright, there we go. Not bad, not bad. I wish you guys would appear together though, that would help me. I managed to dodge, but the situation is still pretty gnarly. Ah! I need to get some more room to maneuver here. This is getting a little rough. And I'll make you wish you had. Oh, jeez. This is tough. Whoa. Shoot, I'm almost dead. I need to take a second to use some more sacred water. Jeez Louise. This is rough. I feel like the difficulty has escalated quite a lot since last time. She's doing that annoying dance again. Oh, for Pete's sake. She attacks very rapidly. Oof. Alright, I got one of them. My health is quite low. Gosh, it's so hard to catch that fatal frame. She's very quick. Alright. So that's 2 more finished off. I think I'm going to have some more sacred water. I'm just chugging that water. Doing a pretty good job hydrating so far. Which would be good if it weren't for the fact that all the texts are telling me not to hydrate. Unfortunately. I have about 66,000 points right now. But I think if you really want points to, yeah, only hydrate with the pure water, never the black water. Okay, I gotta find a way back to that. Yeah, here we go. I think this is the right way. We want to get to that boat. The annoying part is, what I've learned now is that we don't need to just photograph this boat. We need to photograph it from a certain angle. It may be advantageous if I pulled up my key items. Maybe there's something in there that'll help me. Let's see. I don't know, maybe not. I was hoping there would be, but maybe there isn't. Okay, yeah, here we go. So we found the eerie shadow from earlier. Now we need the shadow in a boat, which is taken from a kind of a forward-facing perspective, so we probably need to get back to the very first area where you can see the boat. As for the shadow behind the lattice, it could really be anything as far as those Jesus statues go. Alright, let's get back out of here. I feel like I'm hearing a disturbing ghost sound even though I'm not actually in combat right now. It looks like if I could go through the room with the casket. Yeah, I think the door is unlocked now. Maybe since I took out those ghosts. It should loop back around to the place where I need to be. It would be really nice if the Jesus statue was not too far from here either. But I'm not sure on that point. We'll just have to find out. Okay, so now this is opened up. That means, yeah, I think right through here is where we want to be. To take that photograph. There we go. Perfect. I bet I'm gonna get attacked again. Let's see. Any ghosts feel like attacking me today? Maybe not. Well, isn't that kind of it? Alright, there's a lattice window hallway here, which actually sounds very promising. Let's try to head over there. I think it's down this direction here. Yeah, it actually makes things a lot easier if everything's kind of clumped together like that. There we go. Ah! Why is the battle music not going right now? The ghost dropped a dark sun mirror. A mirror that seems to be made of stone. The light it reflects has an orange hue. You got the dark sun mirror. You also got the slow lens, a lens that slows down the photographed subject for a set period of time. To use it, equipped to your camera obscura, blah, blah, blah. I should probably put the mirror on the altar. I'm going to take a second. I think that lens, to me, sounds better than my power lens. So I will switch over to slow lens. The annoying part about the power lens is that it takes 100% of your gauge, and so does the stun lens. So sometimes it feels like a little bit silly to try to use both of them. Alright, so nothing attacking me currently, that's nice. Wow, and the slow lens also is very, very cheap compared to the other ones, which is kind of nice. It only takes 20% of your spirit gauge, which is even less than the healing one that takes 40%. A good option if you just don't want to wait for it to charge all the way up to 100%. Let's see. So we'll head back to the Hall of Caskets. It's a pretty straight shot. That actually was a little bit quicker than I thought it was going to be. It turned out everything was kind of centralized in one area. pretty lucky. What's not lucky is that I have to pass through this room again, and there's always a ghost in here. Every time. And also, this ghost does not know how to give me fatal frames. I'll use my slow frame one. Maybe that'll help. Ah, come on! The fatal frame didn't appear in enough time for me to photograph it. Frustrating, frustrating. Alright, come on. She does not have a lot of startup frames, as we fighting game fans would say. But she also doesn't have a lot of health, so that's good. Alright, finished up that. Took a little bit of damage, but maybe I can heal it back with my frame here. My lens, absorption lens. Oh, come on! Another one. I did manage to get a little health back, so that's not too bad. Ah! I hate that there's no fatal frame there. No fatal frame at all. The name of the game is Fatal Frame, man. Oh, come on! I'm not very good at this when there's no fatal frame presented to me. I just have to dodge, I guess. Some surfaces here are counted as being unobtrusive, while other ones will get in your way. Huh? There you go. Okay, I slowed them, but that may not have been the best choice right this time, because I need them to be a little bit feistier, actually, to show me those fatal frames. Oop. I think I got it. I did not need to take a second photograph. But that's okay. There we go. Alright. Now let me out of this room. Let me out. Let me out, let me out, let me out. Okay. I think 2 ghosts was plenty for 1 room. Alright, we're headed to the shrine beneath the casket. Over this way here. We did take a fair bit of damage, but maybe we can heal it back with our healing lens. We'll see. Starting to wonder if this slow lens was such a good idea, because in practice I keep using it and it's not helping me a lot, and it's really just draining my spirit gauge, so maybe not, but we'll see. Alright, so I came back here, but this isn't actually something I can photograph. I think I'm supposed to be in the room above it, so I really just went the wrong way. Oh, my mistake. But it's still a pretty straight shot to get back there, so we won't take too long. We gotta get back to the spiral staircase. Oop, I passed by. It's over this way. Right, so through here. It's occurring to me that I have not done an art stream in quite some time. I should really plan one soon. For a while I was doing like a draw pile every weekend. I think because I wanted to do a large project near the end of this month, I kind of eased off on them a little bit. But maybe I'll try to get back into it next month and invite some guests. It's a good way to get myself to draw on stream. I feel like otherwise, I have a little bit of a hard time with it because I feel like I want to make a full composition when I draw. And sometimes I don't really know what that composition is before I start drawing. And I'm kind of afraid to like reveal to people just to what extent I don't know what I'm doing when I start. But it's okay. Let's see. Up here we've got the Dark Sun mirror, and we've got something opening right over there. The hatch behind the altar open. I'm sure that can only be a good thing. Now I'll head back downstairs and see if anything changed down there. Let's see, the spiral staircase. We just need to go back down it. Hashtag hatch, yeah. It's Goldberg. I don't know if anybody remembers that. The old, when WWE was bringing back Goldberg for the first time in, you know, years and years and years. They had that hatch promo and everyone was like, what's gonna come out of the hatch? What's gonna come out of hashtag hatch? I feel like secrets were very open at that time, though, and you know it became very public knowledge that it was Goldberg's return. All right, let's head through here. All right, now we've got some nice, pretty light shining down the casket. Maybe it's finally ready to open. Jeez Louise. Sheesh. Well, here's a nice 5 combo for you. How you like that? Jeez Louise, there's a lot of heads floating around here. She's... Oh shoot! Well, I managed to dodge it, so that's okay. But still, it seems like while she's got all these heads floating around her, she's actually protected. She becomes like all shimmery and you can't actually photograph her. So you'll have to take out all those heads before continuing. Oh shoot, and it seems like she spreads out a little bit too, so that's not good. Ooh. Good nasty. Man, this one's like eerie, almost haunting. The way her hair all like splays out around it. The way she's got that huge dress that billows around. Makes it a very cool ghost. Jeez Louise. This looks like almost like a zoning that a fighting game character does. Wait, I think I got it. I think I did. Nice. I can't actually touch her though. Either that was because she was inside the pillar, or it was because this was like a boss encounter. Who knows? But we took care of her handily enough, and that's worth something. Yeah. Miku's not looking so good. All I'm learning from this is to never investigate the promise of reuniting with loved ones. Past death. Sounds good on paper, not so much in practice. Yucky. Mommy, sorry.
Mew, let's get out of here.
Mew, let's get out of here. Let's go.
Who are you? Come on, we need to go.
While you have an accomplice with you.
But
I said accomplice, I mean just a person with you. They are capable of being attacked by ghosts. Sorry, a little busy right now, Miki. We'll talk later. I should really try to use my lens to absorb some HP back. There we go. Took care of that one easily enough. Honestly, if you just have a large room to maneuver in, that helps more than I can state. Compared to fighting in like a small hallway. Alright, let's go. This place is damp and it's smelly. And neither of us want to be. Alright, let's see. We want to get to... not really sure where the exit of this place is. I guess let's just move for now. It looks like the back door of the purification shrine is open, so maybe if we go through there. Maybe it's not quite as much of a straight shot as I was thinking. There's that overflowing black water that I've read so much about. Man, imagine walking barefoot through black water full of hair. What a nasty feeling. Let's not. Okay, so I don't want to go down that hallway anyways. Let's go this way. I don't think we can really fight this ghost, so I'm not going to try to right now. Let's just try to run. I assume the ghost is going to continue following. Uh-oh. I managed to dodge, that's good. There are plenty of ghosts in this. There we go. Pretty good one. But it was only one. There we go. 2 more shots. What else we got? What else we got? Nice combo there. I'll take that. Nice. Good shot, good shot. Aha. Good bet. There we go. Just like that. It's that easy. It's funny that that other ghost disappeared like right away. Oh shoot. And as I say that. Just as I say that. Let's run, let's run. It's honestly a little funny that they separated the original ghost attack with that. Open the door a little faster if you please. Miku, I hope you're right behind me. Jeez Louise. Here we go. Yeah, it looks like Miku's still behind me. That's good. And here we go. Now we're descending Mount Hakan, which is now raining. Nice. I thought it would take us back out now, but there's still more to go.
We should get out of here. This mountain isn't safe.
I gotta agree with you there. All the lights are out. Maybe the lightning caused the circuit breaker to kick in. There must be a power switch around here somewhere. I'll bet it's inside that barred up room we saw earlier. Or it might be inside this control room. That would make more sense, I suppose. Let's check it out. Alright, what we got? Yeah, right here. There's the tall woman once again. Just lurking out. Spooking me. This is the hanging ghost and the man ghost. I don't know what else to call him other than the man ghost. Because that's his only distinctive feature, is that he's... yeah. Dang, it's hard to find him inside this small room, to be honest. I managed to dodge. Ah, shoot! But then I got caught by the second one. Spooky face again. Her fatal frame is in a weird place. It lasts for longer than you think. I believe he said, "I can meet them again." Perhaps he's referring to some loved one that he came to the mountain to reunite with. Man, the movement of this one's so creepy. It's like she's bound by the neck even when you can't see the rope. Spooky. If you can see the rope, then you can actually put it in a photograph as well. Oop, I'm out of film. Out of that type of film, I should say. Okay, now I'm finally ready to flip the breaker back on. And there we go. The power's back on, and now it's not scary at all. Documents and writing implements are strewn about the rusty desk. But apparently there's nothing of interest. Alright, what we got? Back onto the rail car. And seeing as there's no driver other than ourselves, we'll have to take care of it ourselves. I wonder if we're gonna have another fight here. I'm still surprised that it's not ending yet.
I couldn't do anything. What should I do?
Uh-oh. Seems like we're not making it all the way back down without instant. I should mention our mentor, Hisoka, went onto the mountain earlier, and we really haven't seen her again since then. She's just kind of lost. I wonder when we will meet her again. I guess we're footing it the rest of the way down. Lucky this darkness and rain isn't scary or anything. According to the tourist brochure, there's a tunnel nearby. It opens up to the rooftop of the old inn. Forest Station is written on the rusted sign. Huh, that's weird. I feel like the sacred water wasn't shining like an item normally would. I'm probably wrong about that. But anyway. Let's see. Into the forest station. Which way is the right way? This way is into the exit, and this way is into the woodlands. I think there's an item down this way though, so should probably check that out. Ah, for Pete's sake. I had my hand on the herbal medicine. You can't grab me now. Finder's keeper. If only I had stopped by grabbing the herbal medicine instead of reaching down through the herbal medicine. Shoot, there's that tall woman again. And she has given me decrease. The meme of the guy reaching for the peaches. Yeah, I know what you mean. Okay. Why do I have a feeling we're going to run into that tall hat lady before this is all over? Okay, out through this way. What kind of ghost is that? I don't recognize this one at all. It's a lady with a parasol. She's not really acting in any way though. She doesn't have a face. She doesn't even have a face you can lock onto. Strange. Where'd she go? Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I remember a spooky part in Deathmark that involved a telephone booth and also a tall ghost lady. This is giving me those same kinds of vibes. An expanse of the forest comes right up to the side of the road. This probably leads to the unfathomable forest. I would say so, considering we just came from it. I'm detecting a ghost, but I'm not really seeing where they are. There's a barricaded road over here. The road is blocked off. I can't go any further. I know that ghost is still around here. It's probably just the game doing its bugginess again. What am I here? Yeah. Is this guy just like his legs are broken? My legs won't move. Jeez Louise. Come on, guy. Sheesh. Give me a fatal frame. What is it with these ghosts and not having fatal frames? The name of the game is Fatal Frame. I know he's not dead already, so he might as well stop doing it. So if I take a photo of him, I can make an orb appear, and that allows me to then get a fatal frame shot on him, but it seems like such a strange way to do it. Are you done? He's schmoving. Okay, I guess that's it. Strange. I wonder how this ghost died and how his legs were broken. Let's find out. Oof. Well, that's weird. That's not the place where his car has crashed in present day. It's further up the road. Oh shoot, this is why. Jeez Louise. Sucks to be that guy. That guy's like, I didn't even come here to do anything, like meet anybody or commit suicide or anything. I was just driving through. I wonder what was up with that parasol ghost we saw earlier there. Strange. I wonder if that's the same one he saw that caused him to run off the road. A car with a severely dented hood has been abandoned. Was it abandoned after an accident? The windshield is gone on the driver's side, but some glass remains on the passenger's seat, as if it was hit from the outside. Alright, let's go through the super spooky tunnel. There's this weird glitch just now. I say a glitch, it just seems strange. Where I saw like boxes of color appear at the top left and top right of the screen. And then kind of minimize. Strange. You know, I'm really glad that I've been able to stream at a pretty good frame rate with the, with opening VTube Studio and all. I was worried that when I started using VTube Studio, I would drop frames, but so far it's showing 0 frames dropped, so I'm assuming things are pretty good on that side. That's nice. A metal cart has been left here, piled with rocks. Speaking of piled with rocks, it sort of seems like the ceiling is threatening to cave in, so we should probably keep moving. A fence has been put up to keep back the earth and rock. Beyond the fence, the area looks open. Ah, sheesh. They were just taking a leisurely stroll for a second there. Well, that one can get burned. I got them all. Nice. That worked pretty well. We take the... What appears to be a report is inside this damp string tie file folder. It's a record on what happened during the tunnel cave-in. So what? There was a cave-in and then the guy just came and he was like, alright, I've written down my report on this cave-in. Just plops it down at the side of the cave-in. That's how these things work. This makes 3 landslides. It's blocked off the tunnel, trapping 18 workers inside. Reports say that this time the wall on the summit side collapsed, bringing in water which caused further damage. There must be a flooded cave. Before I read anymore, I'd like to point out that this report has 10 pages. Pretty lengthy. We found the survivors, but given the risk of further injury, rescue efforts have been suspended. Water is still rushing out, making any rescue attempt inordinately difficult. We are waiting for the deluge to stop before attempting aid. We've recovered 13 bodies. Something has left the corpses black and rotting, like they're melting or something. We've searched almost all of the tunnel, but still haven't found those last 5 bodies. We found a hole inside that looks like it was dug from the inside by hand. It appears to connect to the caverns. Though it's unlikely, we're going to continue the search to see if anyone escaped into the caves. A number of black boxes were discovered in the caves. Their lids are shut tight, and they can't be opened. They seem to be filled with water. They may be anthropologically significant, so we need permission to move them before continuing our search. There are repeated reports of spotting a woman in a white kimono inside the cavern. Among the search parties, several of those involved in moving the black boxes have had their hands or other body parts turn black and started to show signs of necrosis. We are advising against touching the boxes. 3 people are missing. We found the body of the search party leader as well as 2 workers caught in the cave-in in Mikamori Pond. Their bones are all broken and they exhibit the same black corrosion as the others. With the death of the search party leader, the search has been called off. There are growing rumors of a curse, so the workers seem relieved. Construction has officially been abandoned. We're blocking off the site. Now see, this is a little strange because if it was like a rumor, if it was like, oh, there's a woman in a white kimono walking around, then okay, that's one thing. But if you touch these boxes and your hands start to show signs of necrosis, then that's like not a curse at that point, or like, oh, a superstition. That's like, get out of there. I don't know. Anyways, give me 1 second. I realized I haven't sweated at all this stream, which it seems like now would be a good time to start. Okay, let's continue. Speaking of which, how's my health? It's pretty good. I think I'll keep holding on to my score until we finish this chapter. Let's see. Do I want to go down this pathway? I guess so. But first, I should probably go this way and just see. I'm sure there's going to be a blockade or something here that tells me I can't progress. There's like exposed wiring or something. Surely that isn't really like something that can hurt me. The bulb in this lamp is beginning to die. Kind of surprised it isn't dead already, to be honest. Did they have to say die? Let's see. It's that time again. This one's taking its sweet time popping into action. Its head keeps kind of going behind that rock there. It's preventing me from walking on a little bit. Are we going to fight? There we go. This one's taking it real slow. I feel like there might be a second ghost here based on that red filament I keep getting. Or I could be wrong. You got a couple shots there. You know, actually my film is starting to run a little bit low. Lower than I expected anyways. Maybe I spoke too soon about the frequency of items. There we go. That's it. Now we touch the ghost, and we grab the item. Aha! Not today, Ghosty. I'll be taking that sacred water, thank you. There's a big hole here. Let's see. Something hidden right here. Oh, for Pete's sake! How many of you are there? Let go of me. Alright. Give me that herbal medicine. Alright. Looks like the door ahead. I can't tell if I should go back to the womb cavern entrance or... It's kind of interesting that that goes to the womb cavern, apparently. Wouldn't have expected that. Yeah, as I expected, this one's shut by a powerful force. He is schmovin'! Even if I dodge him once, it's not enough. And he's kind of got me backed into a corner here, which is a little unfortunate. This guy does not appear to have any fatal frames, so I guess I'll just have to keep taking photographs of him. Actually, that one kind of has a fatal frame just now. Maybe, I think it's just because there's 5 targets there. He doesn't have a lot of health, so I guess, yeah, I should probably just photograph him rapidly. Okay. We'll continue back towards the womb cavern womb cavern path that we found earlier. Let's see, yeah, right over here. Went a little too far, it's right here. There we go. Oh wait, this path leads further into the mountain, and we're trying to find a path back right now. So this... Oh, okay, the door does appear to be marked as open now. It just wouldn't let us continue until we beat that ghost, I suppose. The sparks from that cable seem especially threatening when I know that we're covered in water like this. Although you wouldn't want to touch them no matter how dry you are. It's funny, I feel like early on... Oh, let's see. Scrap materials such as sandbags and drum containers have been left here. I feel like early on there was a cartoon, I'm trying to remember what it was, that exposed me to the concept that water and electricity together were dangerous. It seems like a weird thing for kids to learn, but I feel like they learn it very quickly. Rusted drum containers have been lined up. There are holes in the lids and bottoms, and they appear to be empty. Alright, continuing further in. There's a pile of rotten wood by the side of the road. Sure, a lot of little offshoot branches here. A little surprising. It's a rusted out, abandoned truck. There's no glass left in the windows, and it is full of leaves. This one's been here for a while, I guess. Construction materials have been left down the blocked off road. The road curves to the left, disappearing into the mist. Bypass to Forest West and old exit. I doubt we want to go further into the forest, but let's just check what's over here. Yeah, that leads further down into the mountain. So instead, we'll go this way. Right through here to Mikomori Hot Springs. Alright, let's see. This is quite a small building here. I wonder what it's for. We open the door very gingerly and enter inside. Oh, come to think of it, the hot springs... Oh, that's not the same as the inn. Okay. I was wondering if this is the same place we went to with Rin earlier, but probably not. I think it's the place that's on the left side of that fork in the road at the base of Mount Akami. The walls and ceilings have collapsed, blocking the staircase. I can't get down to the second floor from here. I see. There's more film. I assumed we were pretty close to the end of this level. So I'm a little surprised to find film at this point, but...
Maybe after this, I might even be able to save Mother somehow.
Or maybe you can forget about it. Maybe you should just forget about it. Yeah, actually, why did it bother giving me film just now? That was the end of the stage. Maybe that's just a spawn point where there will always be film. No matter which direction you're coming from.
No one is picking up Mia's place. Try again tomorrow.
I have to go. One more time.
Maybe we should like chain her to the bed or something. Not to be kinky, but simply because we have a bad problem with people wandering off in the middle of the night.
Mother.
Alright, so let's see what we got. It says, touch me. Okay, if you say so.
You really think I can make it? I'm nothing. I'm empty. That's how I can become anything. I do exactly as I'm told. I know what you want all too well. It's so dumb.
This is not quite what I was expecting to see.
Lies. And lying only hurts more, right? So idiotic.
At first I thought she was modeling or something, but it got a little bit erotic at the end. And now it's getting a little bit creepy. I wonder if that's Miku's mother. She's Paga. Not really.
I'm not sick anymore. 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 Don't you do that again. Ever.
Ordinarily, I'd say that's a bit harsh, but it did look like Yuri was going right for the booba. Yeah, probably shouldn't be doing that. Miyu Hinasaki was found in a reliquary within the shrine of the ephemeral. Yuri attempted to glance the sleeping Miyu's memories, but found the tables turned against her. It seems Miyu also possesses the same shadow reading abilities as Yuri. Well, we still got an A rank. It was not an S, but that's okay. We got plenty of points. Let's see. We've been about 2 hours and 17 minutes now, but I really want to do one more stage. I would feel bad doing just one stage, so even if it takes a while, I will do one more. Let's see. I think I'll buy some more costumes for Yuri. Why don't we try the swimsuit? Alrighty. I guess now that we know who Miku is, we could buy an outfit for her too. We can buy an outfit that's like from the Tormented. You can buy another goth ensemble or another swimsuit. Let's check out what this one looks like. It kind of looks like the other girl from Fatal Frame 3, I suppose. I don't think I actually kept my purchases equipped. There we go. Yeah. Alright, 7th drop. Once again, we're playing as Yuri Kozukata, and this time we want to find Hisoka, who has been missing for a very long time. Yuri finds Miyu in the Shrine of the Ephemeral, but not Hisoka. Yuri's final hope is to follow the river upstream, from where she found the camera obscura to its source, the Lake of the Departed. Alright. Yeah, we've only completed 30% of the game so far, so after this stage, I imagine it'll say like 34 or 36%. Yuri managed to rescue Miyu from the Shrine of the Ephemeral, but obtained no new information about Hisoka. The only clues she has are a photograph found in the camera obscura, and the visions she saw when she touched Hisoka's charm. These lead Yuri to believe Hisoka is somewhere upstream. Clinging to this last hope of finding her friend, Yuri heads towards the Lake of the Departed, located on Mount Hikami's summit. It might seem a little idealistic to hope that Hisoka's alive at this point, but it would not be the first time that we have found someone surprisingly alive here on the island. On the mountain. I found Miyu, but I've made no progress with finding Hisoka. This is all I have to go on, this photo and the vision I saw when I touched Hisoka's charm. She was standing in water. There's a lake on the summit of Mount Hikami. It's called the Lake of the Departed. Hisoka might be there. I can already tell this outfit's going to be a little bit distracting. But we'll use it for this one stage at least. Alright, let's see. Where are we going? Down that way. But first, I have to look around here a little bit. Through here. Yeah, there's a bunch of items to collect. Including some film. Some herbal medicine. Sometimes you just gotta take your medicine. And also some embers. All of this will be useful for later. And if we don't use it, we'll still need good score from it. So. Good by me. Let's check down here real quick just to see if there's anything. Doesn't look like it. I'm not seeing any little flash that indicates an item to pick up or anything. Alright, let's head back to the mountain. This way. What kind of shoes is she wearing right now? I'm getting a little bit distracted. They're sandals, so they're comfortable. They're outfit appropriate. For a second I thought they were like high heels, and I was like, well, that's a bit much. Alright, we got some more Type 14 film. It's already loaded in our camera, and we have quite a lot of it, so we should use it without discretion. Stepping into the rain only makes this outfit more distracting. But please bear with me. Alright. Down this pathway to the Shrine of the Ephemeral. Here we have somebody. It's Hisoka. Heading inside. I like Hisoka a lot. She's like a cool older sister type. So I hope she doesn't die. I can't remember if she dies or not. But I hope not. Before we go that way, I think there's an item over here, so we'll take a little pit stop. Or some Type 90 film. Nice. Alright, as we just guessed, Ahsoka's not there. We'll head back to the mountain path instead. It seems like we'll be spending a little bit more time outside this time. Unless she went down into the womb cavern. Ah, shoot. It's this guy. Maybe we'll get a chance to touch him and learn his story this time. I love this aesthetic though. I love these monk guys with their faces covered. I wonder if all that candle does is just confuses you in terms of your filament. Or if it has another purpose too. Got a nice little 3 combo there. Not too bad. He said something must not die or else the disaster will come. I wonder what he's saying. Whoa. It's funny, I always get spooked every time he does that, but he's yet to actually hit me with that attack. Come on, buddy. I don't fully understand his game plan, to be honest. But he keeps putting these things around all over the place. It seems like a bad thing, but I've yet to see him actually do anything with them, so maybe it doesn't matter. He's just taking his sweet time. He just wants to keep the black water away. It's weird, you can't actually lock onto this guy, I guess because his face is hidden. Alright, I got him. Alright. You done, buddy? Oh shoot, he can revive at his candles. That's what he's putting them down for. If that's the case, I need to photograph them all pretty quickly. He's way too far away. I can't photograph him right now. I mean, I can't touch him right there. What a shame. Oh well. We survived the confrontation without incident, and I suppose that's the best we can ask for. I can't remember which way we're actually going now. This way. Last time we headed down this direction, he popped out and spooked us. But this time we should at least get to the end of the walkway before another ghost appears. Okay. Let's keep moving. Some sacred water. I think that kind of ghosty, like, watery noise plays when you're at full dampness. I don't know if there's actually going to be any point in trying to reduce my dampness for this stage because it's raining, so it doesn't seem like it would last for long. Oh, there's 2 of them this time. There might be more than 2 of them. Or maybe that one just put down a candle. Ah, damn it. Ah, shoot, I forgot he can do that too. Jeez Louise. These guys are much tougher when there's two of them. And there's really not any point in killing them either until I kill those candles too. Ugh, it's so hard to focus on two at once. Alright, buddies. Ah, damn it. I think I need to use... Oh, shoot. I'm getting toasted. Let's take a second to heal ourselves with some sacred water. Let's see. I'd imagine this one still has plenty of health. I think one of them's dead, but the other one's still going. No, actually, they're both still alive. But I think they're both dead right now. Unless there's a candle I forgot about somewhere. Nope, I think we're good. Man, yeah, those guys have become much, much more difficult in a pair of two. Probably a little bit of a duh statement, but they certainly do. Oh, for Pete's sake. So you remember what I said about the ghost encounter rate being lower in this one? It does not seem that that's going to be the case. I spoke too soon. I think I got that one. There we go. Simple enough. Let's... Ooh, I got a sneeze coming. Nope, I'm okay. There we go. A graveyard stretches out behind the stone wall. I don't think I can get through here. There must be a way I can get around it. And I think I know just the way. Come to think of it, did I inspect this Buddha statue back here? I guess you can't. It looks inspection worthy to me, but the game thinks otherwise. Alright, so back through here. The countless gravestones form an enormous gray hillock. Here and there are tiny Jizo statues, and none of the gravestones bear writings or carvings of any sort. I guess a whole lot of heckin' people died. Jeez Louise. This reliquary guy, we haven't seen him in quite some time. His reliquary is also another spot you can photograph. But you have to be kind of looking at him from the side to do that. There we go. Nice. Good. Nice. That was a 7 combo right there. That got him. Yeah, we just, we beat the crap out of him. It's funny though, because the ghosts keep ending up in places where I can't touch them after I, defeat them. A little unfortunate. But that's okay. As long as they're defeated, then one way or another, I'm fine. Red spider lilies bloom to either side of the lantern-lined path. This reminds me a little bit about, in Ghost of Tsushima, there were often flowers that would bloom around an important place. The lantern path ends suddenly. I wonder where it used to lead to. I guess that's as much as we're going to see of that today. For now, let's get back on the path of Hisoka. I think the ghost was... Yep, it's going to the left here. So let's check out the right. As one does. Oh man, every time I hiccup I taste that ginger Mountain Dew again. It's quite a thing. I unfortunately bought a 12th pack of them, so I'm going to be drinking them for a while. They're not terrible, but I don't know. I think I'd rather just have regular Mountain Dew. Alright, let's see what we got. I see an item flashing back there, but I see a ghost. It's the tall woman. Spooky. But her attack pattern so far is pretty simple, so... the scariest thing is her face. And her very eerie voice. There we go. I think that got her. I think she's done. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like I can touch her. That's too bad. Yeah, she's creepy, but so far her attack pattern is pretty simple, so... Might be different if she comes in a group with somebody else later down the line. But very, very spooky. I'll give her that. Let's see. The water's pretty deep around here. I think this just leads backwards. We won't spend too much time with that. Possibly the reason ghosts are appearing so darn often is because my moisture gauge is constantly at full right now. Let's see. Wants me to go over that way. I will instead go over this way. I don't know if there's anything over here though. I'm not seeing any items or anything shining. Several paper streamers hang from the rope encircling the grave. It's Reliquary Man. Mr. Reliquary himself. I think as long as his face is covered up by that mask, we can't actually lock one to him either. But we don't need to. Now we can lock one to him. He's just got a lot to say about the black water, as does it. I think that was it for him. I think we can touch him this time. Let's do it. Alrighty. Yeah, that's just free points for us right there. Although I wonder how the points you get from taking out a ghost compare to the points you get from just having the extra ammo at the end of the stage. I figure it'd have to be more, but who knows? Maybe the time you lose is not worth it. Hard to say. I mean, I want to fight the ghost anyways, so. Man, that ghost, like, appeared ready to pounce. I feel like I corner locked her there. That worked out pretty well. Mess around and find out. Good. Plenty of ghost action in this level so far. I say that as this ghost proceeds to never attack me. Wish that it would though, so I could open up my fatal frame. Well, I know, if I use my stun one, then I can force them to, shoot. I can force them to attack me. Successful. Not quite what I was going for. But that's okay. We only took a little bit of damage. I wonder what she was saying just now. I was not able to make it out. Speaking of which, I hope the audio levels are okay. I have it up a little bit higher than normal on my computer. But if at any time you're having a hard time making out the sounds on screen, just let me know and I will be happy to adjust it a little bit. Alright, let's see. I think I saw an item down this way, as well as Ahsoka's spirit pointing me in a certain direction. Haha! Not today, Ghost Hands. I feel like nothing in this game makes me feel more triumphant than when I don't get grabbed by those hands. It's like the major challenge of the game, even though it only hurts a tiny little bit to be grabbed by them. Let's see, another Buddha statue. Very popular in these parts. Oh, for Pete's sake. These guys are lurking around every corner. And he is schmoving. I think I actually saw his mask fly off that time. Kind of interesting. Oh, sheep. I'm too close to him, I guess. I have a feeling I'm going to need my healing frame pretty soon. Healing lens, I should say. Golly! He is very aggressive this time. But I managed to kill him. Maybe if I use my healing lens, I can make back what I lost pretty quickly. But the weird part is, I'm not sure where that other ghost went. There was a fiery guy with him too. So far, I've kind of just completely lost track of that guy. He seemed to just vanish. Like a ghost. Detecting an item somewhere. Where is it? Oh yeah, it's the one that was behind those graves earlier. Yeah, I guess that fire ghost is just not going to reappear. A little surprising. Alright, let's see. Through here. I think we're almost out of this gravy, watery portion. Nothing over here. Yeah, I guess that fire guy is just not going to reappear. Maybe all the water scared him off. I could relate with that. Ah, sheesh, there he is. I jinxed it. I love how the faceless ghosts in these ones, or the ones that are covered up, often do that kind of thing where they just slide around without moving their feet. It's very visually interesting. Oh shoot. There we go. Nice. That was a good one if I do say so myself. I think that the ghosts in this game are programmed so that if they get into a situation where their face is no longer capable of being taken a shot of by the camera, they will teleport somewhere else, which is a bit of an improvement compared to the old ones. Well, that was not the case. I think that got him. Yeah, he's done. Alright, I finally got to touch him too. Nice. That means we get to see the cutscene. Shoot, looks like these guys also got stabbed to death. You know, that's the bad part about wearing something over your face and doing a mantra, is it kind of affects your spatial awareness a little bit. You might not notice if somebody comes up behind you and just chops you with a cleaver. F fire ghosts. Unfortunate. I'm going to take a quick be right back because I have run out of water. I've been hydrating quite thoroughly. Almost as thoroughly as my character in game. So give me one moment and I'll be right back. And then we will continue. So, we've been doing this for almost 3 hours now. I want to clear at least the second chapter before we stop. Let's see, we just finished off one of those fiery guys. Large Jesus statues line the road. They are deeply weathered, and some are missing their heads. In one of the early Fatal Frame games, there was that ghost that was headless. It was a pretty cool concept. It's like you could only photograph his head when it was actually on his body, and otherwise, he just had no spot to Fatal Frame. And he went, "Where's my head?" One of my favorite ghosts. Hisoka's journal has been left here. It appears she came this way after all. Beyond the Forbidden Valley is the sacred ground of the summit, the Twilight Peak, and the Lake of the Departed. If she has the ability, it's possible she was led there, or perhaps I'm the one who's being called to that place. I think I'm going the wrong way. Yeah, this is the way I want to go. Alrighty. To the Twilight Peak. I will say the load times are pretty nice and snappy on this game. You never want to load screen for too long. That's always a good thing. I got one of them, but I think there's 3 total, and I doubt I'm going to be able to get all 3 of them before they disappear. Yep, I got 2 of them. That's about it. I guess that was foreshadowing that I will be finding the running ghosts around here. A classic. The pinwheels on the rocks make a rattling sound as they spin. Even something as harmless as a pinwheel can be creepy in the right context. What appears to be a number of grave markers have been placed here. The writing on them is one way and illegible. A lot of people must be buried here as well. Let's see. Here at the top. It says we're outside the Jizo chamber. Within the shrine sits a friendly-looking Jizo statue. Several small figures have been set around it. Well, it seems that Jizo statues are just ineffective against curses, because if they were going to work, they would be working right now. Several white cloths are tied around the tree trunk. Perhaps they're meant as some sort of ward. Well, all they're doing is creeping me out. I think I heard those children just now. They seemed to run in 3 directions earlier, so maybe I'll find the 3 at different spots on the mountaintop. It's titled The Rear Shrine. This must be what the shrine was dedicated to. Ah, finally, a shrine dedicated to something that I care about. The lost orphan children are called by the sunset to climb. Called by the sun as it sets in the realm of the dead, crossing over into the netherworld. So that they might cross over into the netherworld as they come together and play. We honor them with effigies. Aha! Not today. I wonder if it's possible for that ghost hand to appear twice in a row. Like you miss it once, and then it gets you the second time. That would be quite a trick. Hopefully not. Let's see, this must be the effigies they were talking about. Some dolls are missing from the middle of the shelf. Someone must have taken them. The camera is reacting to something. It's the little girl. She appears to be at that Jesus statue we saw earlier. This one appears to be hiding behind Jesus statues as well, although I'm not sure where those ones are. 5 statues in a line. And this one appears to be hiding on the top of some sort of shrine. These look like places here on the Twilight Peak. They might be worth checking out. I see. Alright. Ah, yeah, we got one of them. Alright, I got a lock going if I want that to work. Okay. It's effigy number 3. I need to keep my eyes open though for 5 Jesus statues in a row. Because I'm not sure where that one was. Oh, come on. Listen, I know you're angry you missed, but you gotta calm down. Don't get salty. I got a couple shots, but I'm gonna need more. So you might as well start stumbling again. I think I got him. Come to think of it, I didn't spend any of my upgrades for my camera. I should probably do that. Let's take a moment and do that. Camera enhancements. I do have quite a few points. What do I want to do? I could increase attacking distance, increase damage, or increase absorption. Let's see. What would be good? It's kind of interesting. You can actually make the stun lens cheaper, which seems nice. I think for now I will do the output first. And then I will do I guess we should upgrade absorption. The first one is really cheap, so it would be silly not to upgrade it at least once. Alright. Now our camera should be a little bit stronger, and we should also have increased the amount of spirit power that we will absorb when we take shots. Alright, so one of them was around here, I believe. Let's see, how does it want me to frame it? There we go. It's funny, I didn't actually even see the little girl appear at all. But if that's what you want. The ghost dropped an old doll draped in red cloth when it disappeared. So there should be one more child hiding behind a row of Jesus statues. We'll see if we can find that. I wonder if this is all optional, because none of what we're doing right now is actually where the ghost was coming from. So there should be 5 Jesus statues in a row somewhere. Let's see. Maybe it might be somewhere we haven't seen yet, since there's still so much of that area to the left. Let's head back to the front and we'll continue from there. Yuri is definitely getting her workout in today. Running up and down this mountain. Yeah, there's the 5 Jesus statues we're looking for. Ah, shoot. There's 2 of them. Oh, sheesh. And they're already launching quite a few fireballs in. There we go. Ah, shoot. I was hoping they would stay together. That was looking good for a second. Oh, sweet. I managed to dodge him. That was close. Get F. Huh, I wonder if he's trying to revive the other one right now. He did. He put the fire on there and actually revived his ally. But I think they're both dead now. So that you did. Nice. I like that though. They have a lot of cool attack patterns there. A lot of tricks you wouldn't expect. Hidden, almost invisible against the jagged rocks, stand several Jesus statues. See. This one even has a funny little hat. And a bib. That's probably not actually what it is, but I like to imagine that. So here's the line of 5 Jesus statues. Let's back up. And there we go. I think that's all 3 children. The ghost dropped an old doll draped in red cloth when it disappeared. I think we can loop back around by going this way. So let's do it. And we'll go back to the doll shrine and put the dolls there and see if we get something interesting. Through this forested path to the doll shrine. Return to effigy 1, return to effigy 2, and return to effigy 3. And we got the reward lens that increases the number of points earned by taking photos. Nice. Like to see that. I'm definitely going to equip that one. Give me one moment. I might put it over the slow lens, which hasn't really panned out for me the way I wanted it to. Let's see. Equipment, lenses, reward lens. Nice. I wonder how much it takes to use. I guess we'll see. I think you can upgrade the reward lens as well. I wonder how much you would have to put into the reward lens to make it pay back what you're spending to upgrade it. It would be interesting to me. Let's see. We can increase the duration from 10 to 15 seconds. Sure, why not? Ooh, and it only takes 20 to use, so we should be able to use it pretty frequently. And I plan to. Alright, let's head back over this way. There were two directions we could go, either... Yeah, so I don't think we'll go there just yet. Let's go back here, and there's a little pathway behind the Jesus statues we can check out. What have we got? Looks like some hot springs. Perhaps? Steam rises from the surface of the red-tinged water. It looks just like a pool of blood. This must have been a popular tourist destination. Because everybody wants to bathe in a pool of blood. That's my experience. Let's see. It's funny though, because the game keeps describing everything as being a popular tourist destination. But it makes you wonder just how fast things declined. Like from the spot where it was a tourist destination to the place where it's a creepy suicide mountain. A beach, this is just like in Death Stranding. Several pinwheels have been set on the beach. If you see me start to walk dangerously far out into the water, then be sure to call out to me, because I might be being taken by the mountain. You never know. I wonder if it wants me to walk out to that gate. Probably not, right? But I have to try it just to see. Whoa! Should've seen that coming. Alright, just one go so far. It should be doable. Should be easily managed. You see that green effect it has around it is being caused by the rewards lens. As long as it's got that effect around it, then our bonus will be increased. Oof. So I lost control of my self for a second there, so I was just running to try not to get hit by the goat. Of course, the downside of the rewards lens is that it doesn't contribute anything towards defeating the ghost faster, but I'll take more points. I can't really tell how many more points it's giving us. A little hard to say. But it costs so little that you can refund the cost of using it extremely quickly. It seems like it does not increase the amount of points you get from touching a ghost. I suppose predictably. This is probably a bad idea, trying to approach this gate way back there. Might be a tactical misstep on my part. It's interesting, it seems the water also counts as something that obscures your ability to take a photograph. Yeah, I think I'm actually against an invisible wall here, so I'll start heading backwards. Okay, got it. Now we just simply touch her, select our points, and now we leave. Yeah, I guess now is not the right time for a swim, huh? Alright, let's head on back up the mountain. The game likes the way we're going. For once. I'm actually starting to run a little bit low on Type 14 film, which is rare. There we go. There you go. Nice, nice, nice. And I used my heal lens, so I also got a little bit of health. Pretty good. Let's see. Before I move on, let me make sure there was nothing in this pathway I might have missed. I don't think so, though. Yeah, I think we're good. And we'll continue through the mountain. It's weird, this old lady doesn't really look like a ghost. If I could take my photograph out, I could make sure. My camera, that is. And she's basically out here playing Pokemon, where she finds girls on the mountain and throws Pokeballs at them to make her own personal pocket monsters. I don't want to become a pillar. Wait, what? I have to do it from inside this? Oh man, this is weird. I don't remember this part at all. This is very strange. Nice. Okay, so apparently after that, I can kind of work my way back in. Alright. Become a pillar. Pillarman theme plays. What? Don't know what you're doing, but I don't like it. There's a nice Shudder champ. I guess she's sort of a boss enemy because she seems to have a ton of health. Oh, she's hiding her face with that mirror there, too. I messed up. But I managed to dodge, I think. It's funny because even after you dodge, that's kind of only the beginning because it can be very difficult to figure out how to avoid the attack from there. Jeez Louise. I think that got her, maybe. Yep. Yeah, I've heard it before. A journal with a black cover has been left here. Did it belong to that old woman? We must forge more pillars. The great pillar is collapsing. The black water will overflow. The black water must be contained before the great pillar melts away. Another journal has been left in the same place. It has been written in beautiful handwriting. I became a shrine maiden after I survived that flood. I was half dead when I awoke, alone amongst the corpses. I could see things that no one else could see. That was my calling. I purified my body, and when I arrived at the mountain, I was overwhelmed with a cacophony of voices. The talking trees, the whispering stones, the weeping water. Echoes of past prayers piled up one on top of another. Time slowed to a crawl, and I could see the individual raindrop that fell. The veins on every leaf stood out vividly. Images of death flashed in front of me. I could smell the choking stench of death. I was told I would need more training. I wanted to flee as soon as I arrived, but I had no home to run away to. No matter where I go, it will be the same. In the end, I will be alone. I got the blow lens, a lens that allows you to deal twice the normal damage output to targets. I wonder how that's different than the power lens. Maybe it puts an effect on them that lasts for a while, where all your damage is multiplied by 2. I don't know if I want to use that or not. Let's see. Let's find out a little bit more about it. Just upgrading it once reduces the spirit cost from 100% to 60%. Put in that frame, it doesn't sound like such a bad idea. I guess I'll try it out. But first, I don't know, do I really need to increase the length of the reward lens? Because right now it's staying on there pretty constantly. Let's see. Honestly, the two I use the most are the reward lens and the restore lens. I think I'll upgrade the restore lens for now. But I will put on that, I don't know, it might be better to have the stun lens just as a backup, in case I find an enemy that I can't really get a fatal frame on. Yeah, at least until I upgrade that other one so it costs less than 100%. So we got some herbal medicine. What else? Wants us to go down that way. Look at all these reliquaries. The whole mountainside is covered in reliquaries. It's quite a sight. I liked the gimmick on that boss battle though, where you have to take a photo of her from inside the reliquary. That was pretty interesting. The boxes are all beautifully decorated with fine details. Perhaps this is where they disposed of the boxes. I had not thought of that. Countless black boxes have been piled up among the rocks. The boxes are all shut tight, and I can't see what's inside. Okay, that's cute. I heard you the first time. Hopefully Hisoka didn't become one of those pillars. Before I head down there, let's head up here. See if there's anything important. No, this is actually just backwards. I think she's walking down towards the beach I was at earlier. Which is not a good thing. There's nothing at that beach other than water. And in this game, water can be a little bit dangerous.
Hisoka!
She's just standing there, menacingly.
Hisoka!
Uh-oh.
Hisoka!
Here. A defining characteristic of the black water that I'm not supposed to get near. We don't like to see it. We simply do not.
Let us fall together.
This is a toxic relationship. Alright, it says run from the shadows, so I guess I'm not supposed to photograph. Ah. Ah. I'm trying to run from the shadow, but it keeps appearing in my way. What? Alright, mission accomplished. It's the beach from before. Have I lost her? I should leave here and get away from the mountain right now. Yuri followed Hisoka's trace to the shore of the Lake of the Departed, where it vanished into the mist. In her place, a woman appeared, the same dark presence seen in Hisoka's photograph. Unable to inflict any damage with the camera obscura, Yuri's only option was to run. Yuri recalled the outline of a large torii gate over the misty lake. Could that be where Hisoka was headed? S+. Wow, I didn't even realize there was an S+ rank. But that's a nice confidence booster. Alrighty. Yeah, I guess we didn't really have to use a lot of items or anything that time, so that was all pretty good. The next part's another drop. It's featuring Rin Hojo. It's not an interlude, so I think we'll have to stop there. I don't really want to push it up to 4 hours. I need to eat dinner and stuff like that. So we'll call that done for now. But first, I do think I'll buy a new item for Rin, since we're going to be doing a Rin chapter. This stunning groom's outfit. Why not? Why not? Alright. Well, thanks for those who tuned in. Doesn't look like I really need to do a raid today. I'll just, I'll end it there. But we'll put this VOD up. Next time will be part 4. We've only completed 33% so far, so theoretically this could be up to 12 streams. We'll see, we'll see. But I'm really enjoying playing it, and I don't see myself stopping, so I'll schedule another one for next weekend. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're watching the VOD, I hope you enjoyed the VOD. And see you all next time.